Welcome on board. May I see your boarding pass? May I see your boarding pass? Good afternoon. Hello. This way. Hello. Good afternoon. Welcome on board.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator livestream. Today we are on Flight Sim 2020 and I'm going to be flying the Boeing 737 today. I don't normally fly this, so yeah, it'll be fun. It's nice to return to aircraft you haven't flown in a while. As you may see, we are in a livery which you may not really notice, you may not recognise, or you may recognise it because this person is a YouTuber. And I got hired into his virtual airline, so we're now going to be flying Airlines. Not all the time, but of course it's nice to do it now because it's my first flight on Airlines. I might as well use his livery. So yeah, we're going to be flying Airlines, and we're going to hopefully do some good flight to ensure his company remains reputable, I suppose. So yeah, I've commenced the boarding with GSX. Yeah, so boarding's commencing, and yeah, we'll just get on our way as soon as possible, really. Do bear with me one moment though.
Good afternoon.
Just received a notification, so bear with me.
Hello. This way. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This way, please. Welcome on board. Good afternoon. Hello. Welcome on board. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. This way. May I see your boarding pass? This way. This way. Welcome on board.
Alright, so without further ado, let's get right into it. Apologies for the delay there. So, first things first, ground power on. Batteries on and closed. Emergency lights can be armed. No smokes can come on. And anti-collision light can come on. I believe that's it. I suppose you can get the window heats on. And that should do us. Yeah, that should do us. So that should bring some life to the aircraft. Going to align the RSs 2 notches to the right to the nav position. Next things next is going to the electronic flight flag requesting data from SimBrief. And that is our flight plan. Departure. So departure is Athens with a QNH of 1011, which I can't set yet because I've got to enter my IRS positioning. So over to the FMC, position in it, next page, GPS left position, insert, and that should bring life to the screen. So there we go. Screens are now powered on. Airport is going to be LGAV for Athens, and we are at gate Alpha 32. Alpha 32. Cool. We'll just detune the ILS frequency because we don't need it. There we go. Next things next is the QNH, which is 1010 in hectopascals. So just slightly adjusting that. Hectopascals, there we go. Cool, so back down to the FMC, route, clear the writing, flight plan request, SimBrief route, set payloads, set the fuel, and we'll import all the data from SimBrief there. That's basically going to read with the EFB and put our flight plan into the aircraft. So yeah. Cool, so route uplink is ready, so we're going to load that up now. Activate, execute, and there is our flight plan. So we're going to check the legs page at this point, and there's no discontinuities, so that just means we need to put our SID in, which is going to be, what is our SID out of Athens? So, checking for ATC, according to the VATSIM radar, there is no ATC online at Athens, so we can do our own thing. So according to Navigraph, it has given us 3 right on the Kia 1 Echo transitioning of Kia. Considering we have Kia in the flight plan, that sounds correct and suitable. So we're going to be heading out at 32 degrees, heading out and heading towards the Kia VOR for COS. So I think we'll take that, so we'll use that. So Kia 1 Echo. There's Kia 1 Echo, 3 right, execute. Legs page. Cool. So I think 'cause it's a short flight, we'll put our SID start in now as well. So it expects us to use 3-2 for landing. According to the winds, that sounds about right. Can use any runway really because the winds are the same. Copa 1 mic, RNAV runway 32, transitioning on Morix runway 32. So we'll plan for that. So Copper 1 mic, not that please. Copper 1 mic, and that is RNAV runway 32. Shouldn't we do VDM or transition and Morix execute, and we'll check that flight plan over. Plan page. Step, 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 and then we'll hold as well. Hold at COS VOR. So that is great. Flight plan is inserted successfully. So next things next is heading over to the performance initialization page, and we're going to do the perf init request, which will bring all the data in from SimBrief. Cool, perf init uplink ready, so we're going to load that and we'll execute that, of course, just like that. So according to SimBrief, we are planning to burn 1,991 kilograms of fuel as shown here. So we'll put that in to the plane. That'll be about 1.9. Put it at 1.9 on the burn. That should be alright. So in terms of next steps, going to check our cruising altitude, and that was 23,000 feet, so we'll get 23,000 feet booked up on the altitude MCP. 23,000 feet, and just double checking on here, yes, 230, so that's great. Cost index 34, so that is fine. Yeah, so transponder can go to TA only. We'll squawk 1,000, I suppose. 1,000. Cool, because it's Europe, and we are on Unicom, or meant to be. 1228, please. 122.8. There we go. So we're now tuned onto Unicom. Great. So next things next, I think, is forward fuel pump and getting that APU spuled up, just like that. Cool. Don't need to tune any VORs for these today. There is a VOR approaching to COS, but we're going to use the RNAV, so that is not needed at all. And yeah, seatbelt signs can come on, and that looks all good for now. Cool. So what is the course for runway? It was 232 degrees, no, 032 degrees, sorry, as you can see there. And then heading out to Alpha Victor 33, where we make a sort of right turn, and then heading down to COS really from there. So yeah, we'll get that booked up. So 32 degrees, 032 degrees, 032 degrees. Awesome. 032. I hope we don't get that stupid bug where the aircraft just completely gives you a WASM crash because the transponder's on. I haven't had it in a while, but you know, that's probably jinxing it. If that does happen, the only thing we can do is restart the sim and start the flight again, so hopefully that doesn't happen. And yeah, I think we are ready to sort of just get going now, so nature calls, so I will be right back, and I will leave you with an outside view and some tunes. YouTube, I'll go with that one.
over the edge. Feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan.
Apologies for that. I just had something come up and I had to go. So yeah, back inside the aircraft, and we'll get right on our way to COS. So APU started, so APU power can come on, and yeah, fuel pumps can come on. Prepare for pushback and departure, please. GSX. Yes, release the ground power because we no longer need it. APU bleed can come on. That is all good to me. Jetway's disconnecting, as you can see there. All good. Have we got any ATC today? Let's take a look. Any ATC now? Doesn't seem like it. No, there isn't. So Cool. Connect to VATSIM. We are XNO 5 Victor Tango. That is true. Thank you. And we are in the B738. And cell cal's just whatever the cell cal is, I suppose. And we'll connect. Cool, so we're connected to the VATSIM network on Unicom though, because there's no ATC at the moment. So that is that. Cruising altitude was 230, wasn't it? So we'll get 23,000 here. And landing altitude, according to Navigraph, landing altitude is going to be 373. So that would be rounded to, I believe it goes in 50s, doesn't it? So 400. That'll do. Alright, cool. So I think we're ready for push at this point. So we'll get our performance tool out and we'll import 3 right, import all our weights, import the weather. Oh, a QNH change 1011 now, so we'll set that. We'll calculate our takeoff performance and then we'll get pushback going. Ooh, got an Aegean there. That's nice. So we'll just double check we are ready to go. Yeah, we're definitely ready to go. So pushback looks connected. I want to get a nice screenshot before we go. Awesome. So next things next is pushing back. So let's go and push back. I'll make a call on VATSIM. I'll just check what stand we're at. We're at stand Alpha 32.
Under 5 Hotel Papa. Lining up runway 03 left, departing via the going to 1 Hotel departure route. I think that's right.
Hello. See, there was someone announcing on VATSIM. So Alpha 32, and we're going to be pushing on to India by the looks of it. So yeah, Alpha 32 on to India. Athens traffic, Airnaut 5 Victor Tango is pushing back from Alpha 32 on to taxiway India, Athens traffic. So we've announced that on VATSIM, so brakes can come off, shocks can come off, and we can start pushing back. So change direction, we want the nose to the left, tail to the right. Brakes are off. Is he gonna push? Have we got some ground sort of equipment connected? Nope. Oh, for some reason the stairs are still connected. I don't know why, because it's GSX, it should have disconnected them. I suppose if we shut the door, it usually disconnects them, so we'll close the door and hope that it disconnects those stairs. Fingers crossed. Oh, there we go. Although GSX seems to have buggered off now. Yeah, I mean, there's some weird things going on. I can say that. One moment. GSX. stop being a cunt and work.
Heading traffic, Lufthansa Flight Hotel Papa, Airborne runway 03 West.
Come on. GSX. Why? You were just working for boarding and now you've decided to be an absolute pain in the arse. God. Well, GSX off. I'm going to completely restart the Qtile script here, so I'm going to exit the Qtile script. I'm going to start the Qtile script. Make sure it's running. GSX. Free taxing. Yeah, it's just being a complete pain in the arse. I don't normally have issues with GSX, but recently I have been. So, I think what we're going to have to do is use the pushback tug from PMDG. Select tug. I don't know. Standard left. Are we going to be pushing? Yeah, we're pushing left, but is that tail or nose? That is tail. So we want the nose to the left. Start.
Go ahead. We've been cleared for push and start. Tail to the right.
Yes, that is true.
Copy that. Ready to push. Tail to the right. Parking brakes release, please.
The brakes released already. I think they are.
Brakes released.
Brakes released. Yeah. There we go. We're pushing now. I'm not sure how good this push will be, so do bear with it. Oh no, we don't want that. No, thank you. Block time. There we go. Block time is on the FO side, and engine 2 can go to ground. Slowly rising. Wait for that to get to 2.8 or beyond, and then we'll introduce fuel. 6, 7, 2.8, so introduce some fuel into engine number 2. And there's the engine. Not sure where it's pushing us at this point. Yes, I want to start the flight, please. We're probably going to be very late, but doesn't matter. Don't know where it's pushing us. It's definitely not pushing us the right way, so brakes on. Drop them. Stop, please. Now put the nose down. I tell you, when GSX doesn't work, it's a pain in the arse because the default pushback systems are completely crap. So yeah, bugger off, please. Thank you. You did no use to me apart from push me like straight on, even though I asked you to push me tail to the bloody right. But you know. Alright. Engine 2 is positively started, so engine 1 go over to ground. Slowly on the rise. N1. There was ground online when I logged on, but well, they logged off. So on Unicom, unfortunately. But hey, still VATSIM, isn't it? Still get traffic, which is a good thing. 3.2 inches fuel into engine number 1. Give you a nice engine view. Cool. So we are finally getting on our way. GSX. I wonder if GSX works now. No. Oh no, it does work now. Well, that is just completely your luck. GSX works when you don't want it to, and it doesn't work when you need it to. So yeah, well, screw you, GSX. Engine 1 and 2 continuous. Engine power can come on. APU bleed can come off. APU can come off. Hydraulics can come on. Propeats can come on. On, please, not off. Yaw damper can come on. And we have nothing in our center tanks. Taxi lights can come on. And I think that is all good. Strobes can go to steady. Cool. I think we're all set. We can get the packs on. Left side and right side to auto. Cool. Brakes RTO. Reject takeoff. Flaps 5 degrees. Flaps things there in this aircraft. Haven't flown this in a while, so there's the flaps being extended. Cool. And did we set to 5 degrees correctly? Believes we have. So that is good. Need to put our performance data into the FMC now, though. Since GSX didn't want to work, we forgot it. So we have a standard D-rate takeoff. Temperature is going to be 51 degrees. 51 degrees. Takeoff is flaps 5 degrees with a trim value of 4.68. I'd say it's fine where it is. 4.68. V1 of 141, V rotate of 143, and a V2 of 147. Which is correct. 147 in the MCP speed. Cool. So flight director right side, flight director left side. I meant that the other way around. I'm on the left side. Yeah. LNAV and VNAV can come on at this point. And yeah, I think we're ready to go. So just check there's nothing in our immediate vicinity on VATSIM. So I'm going to go to VATSIM radar on my other screen, so you won't be able to see it. Yeah. So there's nothing in our immediate vicinity, so on our way. Seeing as there's nothing around, I won't make a call because there's no reason to. Brakes are off. Bit of thrust, and we'll get on our way. Awesome. God, not that way, please. This way. So we're going to turn right onto Delta. Cool. On our way. Finally. Definitely going to get some late marks on New Sky for the airline. But what can I say? Technical issues are never a good thing. Awesome. Cool. I think we can just use the first intersection, Delta 2, so we'll just use Delta 2. Turning next left, just check there's nothing on the immediate vicinity coming in or out. Nah. Cool, lights are on. Let's get out of here. We'll line up a wait and then make a call on VATSIM. There's no need to wait, but since I need to make the call, I'm just going to wait here and double check the plane's all set up. So bound to have missed something. Cool, brakes are set. Lights are on. Cool. So Athens traffic, Air 5 Victor Tango is lined up 3 right, going for the Kia 1 Echo departure. Athens traffic. So auto throttle on. Brakes are off. On our way. Let's go.
This is Airline 54. Happy landings.
Airspeed alive. 80 knots.
80 knots, we're neutral. Chrono can come on.
Rotate.
Rotate.
V2. Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Not going to climb too steeply today, because we are only on a short flight. There's Athens. Cool. Should really set the transponder to Tara there, shouldn't we? Auto brake off. Gear locked. I do love this aircraft though. Haven't flown it in a while and I absolutely adore it. There is normally Athens radar online, but they logged off, and Athens ground logged off as well. So yeah, no ATC for the moment. That's one
traffic. Aegean 125 is on the Ropox 1 kilo arrival via Kia for runway 3 right.
Well, if they're landing on 3 right, then they're going to be coming in from the other way, so they shouldn't affect us. Yeah. So yeah, they're not going to affect us because they've just gone basically past us just a moment ago. So that is all good. Cool. Yeah, it's trimming like a yeah, it's trimming well. Getting that speed up nicely. Laps up. Legs page, direct to Kilo Echo Alpha. Cool. Making a sharp right turn.
Athens traffic at Jan 5 Mike Kilo taxiing south on Echo. And then on India, Hotel Bravo 403 left.
I believe it's 9,000 feet the transition altitude at Athens.
Yeah, this is Finnair 954, καλό ταξίδι.
Thank you.
Making a sharper turn, yeah, there we go. Standard barometric pressure now applies. Coming up to 10,000 feet. We're heading towards Kos at this point. Island of Kos. Atelic's Kos, by the way. Keeping on a nice climb rate. Getting back onto the flight plan route. Following the line. Right, cool, back on the flight plan route. Commander A can come on. Give ourselves a hand a rest from hand flying. Cool. Lights can come off. Engine mode's off. Cool. Wing lights off. Awesome. So, because this is a short flight, we should probably get prepped for our arrival at this point. So, we've already got the approach booked into the aircraft. We need to check what's involved in this approach. Transition is 5,000 for Kos.
Athens traffic is GM 125, light base for runway 3 light.
So we've got a few restrictions which apply. So I'm assuming we're coming in from Kopar, Kopar 1 mic. It looks like we have a restriction of 5,000 at Lecoq at 111 degrees of heading, and then maximum of 200 knots for Morix. So there is a few restrictions, but nothing too major. And in terms of the arrival, we have LNAV and VNAV minima of 672. So we'll get 672 bugged up on the Barrow.
Manager of traffic at GM334, taxi via Bravo and India Hotel Bravo Alpha.
Get those minimums booked up. 672 on the minima. Cool. 72. There we go. Minimums are now set. It looks like we have an interception altitude of 2,500 feet for the glide path, and we'll hold at the Lecoq for 3,000 feet for the missed approach. And course 323 degrees. Of course, runway elevations 373 feet, so it's quite a high runway in general, but not too high. Just one of those runways really. Yeah, so I think that's everything major really. Of course, we're just going to be on Unicom for it by the looks of it, but never know, we might get some HTC lock on at some point. You never know. You never know. Cool. Welcome back, Georgia and Nora, in the 737 today. So yeah, that's cool. Not sure how much we'll get deducted for being late, but hopefully not too much. It's my first flight on the virtual airline. Get terrain on the displays, I forgot to do that, but nothing major. Top of climb coming up. Where's our top of descent? Ah, top descent's just over there, so that's all fine. Awesome. A little bit of lag there. Lovely wing views. There's no one in our immediate vicinity, so we just kind of keep going as we are. I do love the 737. It's a nice aircraft in my opinion. It's old-fashioned, so you've got more manual work, but it's a nice aircraft nevertheless. Get our landing dispatch ready. 3-2 import weather. Looks like we've got 1008 hectopascals there, and yeah. Looks like we've got a planned VREF of 154 plus 5. That'll be 159 on the VREF. Yeah. And looks like we can use auto brakes 3. That's nice. Yeah, it's a nice plane. It's popular with Jet2 and Chewy and those airlines, which are popular for holidays. It's certainly a well-used aircraft for sure in the real world. I do personally prefer the Max, but the NGs aren't bad either. Just a bit more old-fashioned. Lovely weather though in Greece. Nice and sunny, minimal cloud. What you want to see. So it looks like Yeah, it looks like it's just us arriving within the next hour, and then an hour after we're due to land, there is more aircraft on the way to Kos. So it should be quiet down in Kos, so we shouldn't have to worry about any traffic as we get down there. I suppose it's a good thing. LGKO. It's nice to fly a plane you haven't flown in a while, because it just feels nice. Feels just different, like you want to see. Just get VATSIM radar. Kos. I search Kos. No. LGKO. Greece. Alright. So here we are. This is Kos Airport. It looks like... just sort of increase the size of this. There we go. That's better. We're Air Not 5 Victor Tango, so we're the next one due to arrive from Athens to Kos, the 738. We've got 95 miles remaining apparently, and then about an hour later we've got one coming in from Dusseldorf, I believe that is, in an A321. So yeah, very much quiet Kos today. Oh look, there's one from Stansted there. That's nice. He's got a long flight ahead of him. 1,000 miles for him. And there's also one from Amsterdam coming in 737-800 as well. So popular plane, it seems. Yeah, it's cool. Awesome. Air Not. But you gotta get a shot of the outside view, haven't you? Just checking that descent. VNAV. 10 miles to our descent, so I'll get 2,500 feet booked up for the RNAV. 2,500 feet, cool. LNAV, sorry, VNAV should descend us to that automatically when needed. Course for Kos with 323 degrees is set. See there, 323 degrees on the course, 2,500 for the interception, confirmed here as well. So here, here. Minimum's there, but they're 672 for us because we're using LNAV and VNAV, and that's a holding point for the missed approach, and that's our course confirmed there from LTAC. Cool, and there's runway 32 there, so that is cool. Just erase all that. Awesome. So auto brakes 3 can be set, and our course can be set as well to 323 degrees. I was about to do it then, but I got distracted. And that should be our descent commencing, as the nose has just gone down. So I'll set the course. Cool. 323 degrees. Cool. Skin that down even more. 323 degrees. 323 degrees is set. Awesome. So that is us on our descent down. Still on 122.8 of Unicom, unfortunately. Unicom. See here, we're on Volanta, heading from Athens, and there's our plane now. And Kos is just this island here. There's a few Volanta traffic down there, but we won't see them because they are offline planes, basically. Yeah. Should really change the registration of the aircraft, because I just made that up, but I found there's real registrations available, so that's nice. Awesome. Beautiful views in Greece. Stunning views. I will just put into the chat some things. First off is the AnyBuild store, as there are many promotions on the AnyBuild store for all kinds of flight simulators. iBuild sale, and there's also the Atelic COS which we are using. Atelic COS MSFS. Which you can pick up on a sale over at the Contrail store. And now I'm going to pin the Atelic COS because that is the prime reason to stream today, and of course flight Tampa, Athens. Which of course is the Athens. Welcome into the stream, Degan Link, I believe. Apologies if I said that wrong. FS 2020 versus 2024, your favourite and why? Well, I'd say 2024 is my favourite because of the visuals, but unfortunately it's just not stable enough for me at the moment, so that's why I'm on 2020. Plus the 737 is only available in 2020, so it's a hard one at the minute, but overall I'd say 2024, when the performance plays well. Yeah, 2024. No problems. I would say don't buy 2020 now, because 2024 is going to soon become the new normal, so yeah, you'd probably waste your money if you get 2020 now, because I bet in a month or so it'll just become, most people are on 2024, so yeah, that's my view on it anyway, take that as you will. Oh, that's that view. Yeah, I mean, I don't often play the career mode over there, but I do it sometimes. You know, it's mediocre for me. It's just, it's not quite realistic enough, but it's something to do, I suppose. It looks like the island of Kos is this one, I would say. Believe you me, I have been intimidated by it a lot. But once you get used to it, it is way better than flying offline. And if you do make mistakes, there's nothing wrong with it, because we're only human. And if you talk to real world pilots, you'll find that they also make mistakes. So what can you say? If real world pilots make mistakes, you can't blame us for making mistakes on a flight simulator. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, on this flight we've just been on Unicom, so it's like, well, it's not really that difficult, but in fairness, if you go to like a small airport like Edinburgh, and maybe edges yourself down to, I don't know, maybe London Luton, because whilst London's a busy airspace, Luton's a small airport, and personally, if you know what you're saying on VATSIM, you'll be absolutely fine heading down to London. Just don't go to Heathrow where it's busy. At least that's what I found in my experience. Whilst it's a busy airspace, if you go to the smallish airports in London, it's not so bad. But then you do have to sort of be confident with what you're saying, because, yeah, so it's 50-50 on that. Some people don't like that, some people do. Depends on who you are. Or alternative, you could head down to Jersey, which is quite a nice airport to fly into, because it's not too busy, and it's often staffed somewhat. Maybe like a tower or ground online. Yeah. I've certainly had some bad times on VATSIM, and trust me, I think it was around this time last year, and I've only just returned to it now, so I took a good year's break off VATSIM, and yeah, so, you know, I can't say I'm perfect myself. Any training I would recommend? In fact, if you look at this plane, go to the Airnot YouTube channel and find some VATSIM content on there. He will tell you everything you need to know about VATSIM in a simple way. There are videos on his channel, and he helped me a lot, so Airnot, there you go. And he has his own virtual airline if you want to fly for him as well, so there you go. Look at that. Look at that. No problems. Landing lights can come on, taxi lights from turn-offs, engine modes to continuous, wing lights can come back on, and cabin crew can be advised. Awesome. Getting nice and low. Not far now. Looks like the airport's basically directly behind us, isn't it? Can't see it yet, but hell. The cruise is so peaceful, to be fair. You can just sort of chill out really, and if you've got any jobs you need to do, you can just sort of do those because the autopilot will just take you along. The only disadvantage is the fact of VATSIM, because on VATSIM you've got to be sort of available to speak. So there is that, which can be annoying, but yeah. If you're on Unicom it's not so bad, but if you're actually staffed, it can be a problem for sure. +1 degrees. +2 degrees. Our VREF can be set to flaps 30. The final approach speed of 148 + 5, 152. Speed intervene. I'm going to bring that down to 180 knots, I think. QNH was 1008, so we'll get that set up now. 1008 on the QNH. Cool. Laps 5 degrees. Awesome. An alternate to the UK, you could fly over the Greece islands, because Athens radar is often staffed and it isn't generally too busy around here. I mean, there's a lot of aircraft in the air, but generally it's not stressful. It's actually like chilled out. But that depends on how you feel, really. Because I know some people won't feel confident going around here. It is another option. I certainly find it quite easy around here. But whether it is when you're completely new, I don't know. Approach mode can come on. Glide path is captured. Flaps 10 degrees. Or flaps 15 degrees, I should say. Right. Gear down. I don't like that noise. It's completely inaccurate. Like, if you don't have that gear down, by the time you get to flaps 15, you'll get that stupid buzzing noise. And believe you me, it's not realistic. But if you don't have that noise on, you won't hear all the call-outs like for V1 rotate and that. So it's, you know, it's rather you turn it off and don't hear some things, or you turn it off completely. I want to maintain 160 knots till 4. Just checking VATSIM. No need to announce anything because there's no one coming in to cause, so we'll just land it. 2,500 feet, gear's already down. The runway's just there, so we're gonna have to make it sort of turn to get to it. Flaps 30 degrees. And we have a 153 speed. Final approach. 153 knots is set. Autopilot off, plane's mine. Let's line it with that runway. That nose down. That nose down again. That localizer thing was very off. It's all the way over there. It's confusing me.
1,000. Approaching minimums.
Minimums continue.
Minimums.
Auto throttle off, throttles are mine. 100 feet.
30.
30 feet.
20.
20 feet. Thrust idle. down 109 foot per minute. Could have been more centered, but hey ho. It was a smooth landing, that. 109 foot per minute. Christ. .60 knots versus stowed. Auto brake off. Don't want to go over there, so won't do that. Are we going to need a backtrack? Yeah. I mean, we could have been more centered, but it was a smooth landing, so I can't really complain on that. Localizer is all over the place, or whatever you call the thing. It's called FAC. Well, you know. Anyways, APU can come on. And we'll exit off here. It's just about legal as well. We just sort of hit the last line on the touchdown zone. You know. Just legal. What gate should we use? So gate. Could use gate 2, 3 or 4 really. 2, 3, 4 or 5. I think we'll use gate 3. Just use whatever it suggests. And this is the Atelic Corsair port with a church there apparently. Flaps can come up. Spoilers can be armed. Thank you. Gate 3 is there, so keep going. A little more power, please. Thank you. Sort of grabbing this, making the turn. A little slower. And in we go. I don't use a checklist now. I do have checklists, but I don't tend to use them because, to be honest with you, I haven't thought about it, to be honest. I got them and then never thought about them again. And I don't believe there's a GSX profile here, so we shall follow the line in our own accord. That'll do. Brakes are on. Landing lights can come off and runway turn-offs off. Taxi lights off. Engine mode selectors off. APU can come on. APU bleed can come on. Wing lights can come off. Wheel well lock lights can come off. Anti-collision light off. Logo lights off. Position lights can come off as well. Seatbelts. Engines can come off. Close flight. Seatbelt signs can come off. And hydraulics off. Probe heats off. Yaw damper can come off. Fuel pumps can come off minus the forward pump. And I think that does us. So welcome to COS. Let's hope GSX deboards. Quest deboarding. Ah, it's working. The stairs are coming anyway. GSX is working now. Great. Oh. .43 minutes on the block time. Reset. How do you reset it? I don't use this often. There we go. Though we need to change the time. Please. Chrono, no. Please change the time. There we go. And bugger off as well. Thank you.
Passenger's bus is coming.
No problems. We are going to do a return flight now. But the boring bit of reboarding and deboarding is the thing next. So yeah. And cheers for the subscription, my friend. Airnaut Airlines. So there we go. So we'll have that view on for the deboarding, and then we'll get reboarded and good to go. I'm just going to get a flight plan up again. I'm going to use the call sign. What was the? It was X and O, wasn't it? X and O. We'll just use the same call sign but with a 6. Departing LGKO to LGAV. Aircraft type is going to be Boeing 737-800. Yeah, it's nice and chill. I like that as well. I don't like it busy and stressful. There's our new flight plan from SimBrief. Airnaut 6 Victor Tango. COS back to Athens. Aircraft of 737-800. Cruising altitude 22,000 feet. Cost index of 29, 180 miles. All good. 182 passengers. Cool. And that's the first passengers to deboard. It is a 737-800 and we are using SimBrief as well. Not much audio in this view, is there? But no, it's an inside view, but from an outside perspective. So there's a nice screenshot of the deboarding. The 800 is more popular in the Europe, so that's why I got this one. More to do in it. So here we go. This was our summary on our first flight in the virtual airline. 10 out of 10. What a go. What a go. 10 out of 10 on our first flight in the airline. A bit late, and that was the only gripe. But we still got a 10 out of 10 nevertheless. Lost $612 for the airline, but issues came across, so what can I say? Hell, I've no idea why they are so calm, but hell, I'm not going to jinx it and complain, so you know. Oh yeah, there isn't many jetways in the US, is there? That's a good point. In fairness. Well, currently I can fly 737s. I can fly A350s, A320s, A380s. Many, really. Departing LGKO. Arrival of COS. Yeah, they do cram them in GSX, so a lot of people for sure. I am aware that I'm blocking the view with New Sky, so I'll put it down here. There's another bus on its way though, so more passengers to come. We're going to arrive at Athens. Athens B738. Use GN7301. Just do whatever the passenger count is, and we'll book that flight all ready to go. Oh yeah, you do, but at the end of the day, they're on the holiday, so yeah, you've got to give them some. They all want to get off, so the more you cram them in, the quicker they get on to their hotels. Or villas, or whatever you want to call them. Wherever they're going. More passengers to come, though. Atlanta. Cool. Let's plan another flight on Volanta. Aircraft. What I want to do now is with Volanta, I want to change this registration of this aircraft to be the registration of the actual aircraft. So I believe I copied it, so that is the registration. So we want to copy and paste that, and there we go. So we are Air 6 Victor Tango, and that will be XO 6 Victor Tango. There we go. Well, it depends if you use AI traffic, doesn't it? Because AI traffic can be quite bad. I don't generally tend to use AI traffic because it's horrible. And that's why I joined VATSIM, because there's traffic, there's air traffic control, so it's controlled, and there's rules. So most people should stick to the rules, and it makes for a more realistic experience. That's all I'd say anyway. Anyways, I think whilst we're waiting for that deboarding, we can get the plane set up for a turnaround, so we can get out of here as quickly as possible. So, request new data from SimBrief. 6 Victor Tango now, from Cos to Athens, heading back the same way we came. Route page, flight plan request, SimBrief route, set payload, set the fuel, select route. Cool. Don't want to deboard crew. So that should be deboarding completed now. Route open link ready, so we're going to load that up. We're going to bring it in. Activate, execute, nice. Departure and arrival. Our SID for today is going to be unload, import from SimBrief. There we go. So our SID is going to be the Copa 3 Alpha out of runway 32, which makes sense via the winds. So Copa 3 Alpha transitioning of Copa, and our arrival will be 3 right on the Varia 1 Kilo via Varix, and we'll use the ILS if possible, ILS X-ray into 3 right for Athens. That is all good. So Copa 3 Alpha, 32, execute. Arrival will be Varia 1 Kilo. Sorry, Quebec, not Kilo. Varia 1 Quebec. And it would be the ILS X-ray 3 right. ILS X-ray 3 right, transition of Kia, execute, and we'll double check that flight plan over for any discontinuities. Just quickly go through it, and it leads up nicely with a go around. So flight plan's all checked. Next things next is performance init page, init request. Cool. The ICAO code is LGKO, which is Lima Golf Kilo Oscar. Lima Golf Kilo Oscar. and that is in chat. So we're going to load our performance initialization data. Cool. So we have a Windsor 248 at 18. Transition altitude 5,000 feet out of course. Flight level 300. That's not right. It was 230 according to our OFP, so we'll execute that. We'll double check it on the flight plan page, on the OFP I should say. 220, so 220 instead. Not 230, it's 220. Execute. Cool. M1 limit page, we'll do that on pushback. Cool. Alright, so I think we can pair for pushback and departure at this point. So GSX, pair for pushback and departure. Cool. Next things next is seatbelt signs can come on. Anti-collision light on. Wheel well lock light can come on as well. Cool. Awesome. So altitude will be 230 unless we have any restrictions on the charts. So what is the SID? The SID is here. 6,000 feet, so we'll put 6,000 feet in instead. Oh, don't want that. No thank you. There we go. So which way is 32? 32 is the other way, so we're going to want to push back nose to the right. Cool. So we'll head up to 6,000 initially. We'll recycle the flight directors and then we'll put them back on. LNAV and VNAV can come on. Cool, A320 is a very nice plane. And the course should be the same, with 323 degrees. Nose to the right, please. Fuel pumps can come on. Hydraulics on, yaw damper can come on, probe heat's on, and we'll get going. So release the parking brakes, brakes released, engine 2 to ground. Seems like that engine's a bit stressed. Off. Because the packs are on. Great. Didn't turn the packs off. Awesome. Engine 2 to ground. Cool. N1 is on the rise. There's our pushback sequence coming in. Alright, takeoff performance. Performance tool. Import from aircraft. 3.2. Import weather. Calculate. So a D rate of TO2. TO2. Flaps 5 degrees. Trim 4.46. Cell temp of 60 degrees, Engine 2 fuel can be commenced. Takeoff, flaps 5 degrees of course. Trim will be set 4.62. V1 116, V rotate of 117 and V2 of 128. Which is about right, so I'll keep it as it is. Thrust reduction wants to be at 1000 instead of 1500. Cool, that's everything we need on that page. Awesome. I'll get the legs page on here. Awesome. Engine 1 is positive, engine 2 is positive started. We can start engine 1, put that to ground now. Landing altitude for Athens though is, God, that's a large, isn't it? It's a large chart for Athens. What is runway elevation at Athens? It is 271. 271 degrees. 271 in general, I mean. It's just there. Don't know why it's circling it, but hey ho. It's just there. 271. Cool. So we'll get 300 on the landing altitude. Introduce fuel into engine number 1. There we go. V2 is 128. It's very low V2 speed, isn't it? Hell, it might be a light aircraft. Who knows? Right, just going to start the flight now because it didn't prompt me. Oh, it looks like we have a G in there. So he must be on VATSIM. Cool. Engine 1 is positively started, so objective takeoff mode for auto brake, flaps 5 degrees, can be set. Very nice. A very busy airport at Heathrow if you're on VATSIM, but if you're offline then it's a bit more chilled out. There's the flaps. Cool. Engine 1 continuous, engine 2 to continuous, engine power can come on. AP bleed can come off, APU can come off, packs auto, hydraulics can come on. Again. Cool. Taxi lights can come on. Brakes are set. Forgot to set the parking brakes. Always forget something. I've also forgotten block time. Actually, no, I haven't. Or have I? Don't know. Anyways, it's there. Block time started on the first officer side now. Cool. Just waiting for that pushback tug to go away. In the meantime, I will see you in a moment. Alright, so that is the pushback tug disconnected, ready to go. So next things next is, well, I suppose it's getting on our way because all the lights are on, flaps set, 5 degrees and checked, auto brake is set, transponder set, and I think we're all good. Just file our flight plan on VATSIM. Flight plan, pre-file in the network, VATSIM. pulse line / air knot. File plan. Cool. Flight plan is filed. No ATC still, so departing nice and freely at the moment. Cool. Awesome. So brakes are off. Bit of power. On our way. Landing lights can come on, returners can come on, wing lights can come on, logo lights can come on, and strobes can go to steady. Entering the runway. We'll head to the end of the runway and then we'll get departed. Beautiful scenery though. Atelic did a good job. Of course, it was my first time landing at Atelic cause. Probably do a product review on it as a video. Don't know how useful it'll be because it's not exactly new. Well. But it's come out in the last few months. I know that for sure. Come on. Turn. A lovely turn, please. A bit of VATSIM com. Someone just announcing they're at flight level 300. As you see there, flight level 300. It's 30,000 feet, in other words. Don't believe anyone's on the nearby, so do we need to announce anything? I'll just take a quick look. It doesn't look like it, so I'm just happy to go. Well, once we get into Athens, we'll probably need to announce some things because it's a bit busier there, but nothing to worry about. Anyways, lining up on the runway, chrono can come on, auto throttle can come on, 50%, thrust stable, toga.
Airspeed alive.
Airspeed alive.
80 knots.
Neutral.
Rotate.
Rotate.
V2.
Bloody hell.
Positive rate of climb.
We are a light aircraft. Jesus. Positive climb, gear up. LNAV for VNAV speed. Legs page, direct to Copar, execute. Flaps 1 degrees. Making a bank angle for a left hand turn. That is us departed cos. Beautiful. Flaps up. Oh, they're already up. Auto brake off. Beautiful. And that is us departed cos. Welcome in, Ace. There's no problems. You're here now. All that matters. I'm going to climb right up to 220 at this point. Setting standard barometric pressure through standard altimeter. Through transition altitude, I should say. 220 set for the cruise. Gear is locked. Off back to Athens. Coming up to 10,000 feet, Commander A can come on. VNAV can come back on, seeing as it glitched out. Assuming it's because of the restriction. Oh no, there isn't, because the flight plan doesn't say so, so must have just been a glitch. The plane just didn't know what to do. Lights can come off, landing lights from my turn-offs, and taxi lights can come off. Engine mode starts electricity off. Wing lights can come off. Awesome. That is all good to me. Cool. So we'll check VATSIM. We'll check on VATSIM. VATSIM radar. Nothing online still. So yeah. And so we're Air not 5 Victor Tango. X and O, 5 Victor Tango that would be. So yeah, not really any issues. Someone now down at the ground at Kos though. And a GN188 over to Mykonos. That's a nice, that's a short flight, isn't it? I don't know. Well, LGAV, Athens, arriving. Got an X and O in here? No? Doesn't look like it's got us on there. But we're Air not 5 Victor Tango, so Oh. Maybe the flight plan didn't file. Oh no, it did. We'll file the plan again, I suppose. See if it changes anything. So you just have to log off and log back in. Oh, I know what the problem is. I haven't disconnected and reconnected. So we want to be 6 Victor Tango and connect. Now we have a look on VATSIM radar and restart. Nope. Well, how? Foul the plan again. Well, there we are. That's him being a pain in the arse. Disconnect. Just disconnect off the network a moment. Reconnect. File plan. Flight plan filed. Enjoy your flight. Departure. Yeah, that is right. And we'll give it 90 seconds and then we'll rejoin the network. Cool. There's our plane. Connect back to the network. Not 6 Victor Tango. Cool. So we're now connected to the network. I'm now going to reload VATSIM radar. Its entirety. No. Or maybe. Well, we're now visible on the network, so yeah, must have just, I didn't disconnect and reconnect, so I messed it up. So if I go to LGAV now, yeah, there we are. So on here we are Air Not 6 Victor Tango, which is X and O 6 Victor Tango, and that's us there. From LGKO to LGAV, Boeing 737-800, 120 miles remaining, and we are 23 minutes in. So there are a few arrivals before us, so it's definitely going to be busy-ish down in Athens, but not too busy. There's no ATC online yet, although there is all around Bulgaria. Look at this. You've got Bulgaria, Serbia, Macedonia, you've got Bosnia and Herzegovina. They've all got ATC. Meanwhile, Greece has no ATC at all. Shame on them. Shame on them. Anyways. Cool. So in terms of our descent, we want to be at 8,000 for the Kia VOR. Just there. 8,000 for the Kia VOR. And we want to... We have a course of 32 degrees, which adds up here as well. We have a frequency of 111.1 for the ILS frequency. We have an interception altitude of 3,200 feet, which is confirmed here and here. We have a minimum of category Charlie aircraft of 777, which is there. And our holding point will be here at the Kia VOR by the looks of it, if we go around. So that is useful to know. Awesome. So, how far are we from top of descent? It's just up there. We are 60 miles from top of descent. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm assuming we can use auto brake 1 for this arrival. We're using runway 3 right. Import aircraft details, import weather, calculate. So it looks like auto brakes 3 gives us more than enough. Auto brakes 1 gives us, yeah, auto brakes 1 for sure. So we'll set auto brakes 1 ready. Cool. So next thing will be, I'd say we'll put the minimums in next, which were 777, weren't they? Yeah, 777 for the minimums. So we'll go to Barrow, 777 please. We were already at 600, so 777 isn't far away. Just get those in nice and quickly. 777, those are inputted in there nicely. On the Barrow, 777 as is there. Cool. Awesome. So, flaps 30 will be our VREF. Cool. There is normally Athens radar online, but they don't seem to be online today. It's a shame really, but you know. Still on VATSIM nevertheless. So we get 111.1 in the ILS frequency. 111.1. Cool. That is in the ILS frequency there. Cool. We are Air Not 6 Victor Tango because I'm travelling in the virtual airline, so if you've never heard of it, that is why. So it'll be basically like that. The shortened version's X and O, and the actual call sign's Air not. Cool. Indeed. We got 3,200 feet bugged up for the descent, so VNAV can take us down as it needs to. 3,200 feet. Thank you. Course for was 32 degrees. 032 degrees. First time I've ever flown this route specifically, but I have done sort of Greek island hops before to Corfu and Skiathos. I do like the Greek island hops though on VATSIM from Athens because it's nice and simple, because Athens isn't the worst airport to navigate, but yeah, it's quite a busy airport. And then on VATSIM it's often staffed by Athens radar, or it has ground online or a tower, and then all the islands around it gets covered by Athens radar anyway, so it is a nice hop to do because you are often fully staffed. But today just doesn't seem to be one of those days. Seems like it's a Unicom day today. But I'm pretty sure every Friday there is often someone on. There was someone on this morning, but they logged off just before I was about to fly my route, so yeah, a bit unfortunate on that regard. It looks like I've got a coupon for €5 off on any scenery at the conch shell shop, so that is useful. If you want any scenery. There we are. On our way. That's our descent. Get the ILS frequency tuned now, just ready, so I can capture when needed. Check our arrival. Yeah. Athens traffic, Air Not 6 Victor Tango, coming in on the Vario 1 Kilo, Star into runway 3 right, inbound to the Kia VOR, 12 miles out from that VOR, Athens traffic. Just letting everyone know we're in the vicinity, if you like. And transition's 9,000 feet for Athens, so the local QNH is 1010 by the looks of it. That is all good. Pre-tune that as well in this, so 1010's pre-tuned, ready to be activated. Awesome. Asus. Looks like we're capturing the ILS frequency now, about 27 miles out. Just double check the VATSIM radar, just checking that there's nothing in our immediate vicinity. have to worry about. Looks like we do have an aircraft coming in from Zurich, so that is a threat to be aware of. As you can see here, we're XNO 6 Victor Tango here, and then here's this one here, Zurich to Athens. So, you know, I think we'll get there first, but yeah, it's going to be like something to like monitor for sure. Cool. Massive thing. Coming up to 9,000 feet, some local QNH can be set. Engine start mode selected as continuous. Taxi lights, runway turn off lights, landing lights, and the wing lights can come on for our arrival. Plus 1 degrees. Awesome. Flaps are starting to come out now. Cool. Maintain 210 knots. We'll get flaps 2 degrees. We'll do direct Alpha Victor 463. Execute that. And we'll arm the localizer. Cool. Double checking that man on the VATSIM radar. Checking we're not getting in his way. And anyway, shouldn't be, because we are closer technically, so yeah. He's at 12,000 feet, I'm at 7,500 feet, so I'm probably going to get in there first. I'll make a call when we're established and tell how many miles out we are. Cool. Awesome. So we descend down to Athens. Starting another turn in. Nicely. Love it. Localizers captured, approach mode can be armed. Athens traffic, Air 06 Victor Tango is fully established on ILS 3 right, 16 miles out, Athens traffic. Said fully established, technically not, we've captured localizer. But you do make little mistakes on VATSIM there, whatever. It's not a big issue. I'm established, so it's nothing to be concerned about. In we come. Just double checking where that other guy is. Yeah, so it looks like he's behind me, just a couple thousand feet above me, but he's also behind me, so if I vacate the runway quickly, I won't bother him, essentially. .195 knots. The glide slope has been captured. Alright, cool. Let's do this, my friends. Plus 5 degrees. Just double check outside. Can't see anyone, so you can't be that close. At least not yet. Cool. Let's land this thing. Gonna maintain 180 knots. Till 6. Drops 10 degrees. .160 knots till 4 DME, I think. It is struggling a little. Safe speed for flaps 15 is 200 knots, so we should be able to get it out, but we'll have to get that gear down now, because we are coming up to 2,000 feet anyway, and now we'll get to flaps 15. That should bring a little bit of weight to get that speed down. About It's 25 degrees. And flaps 30 degrees. Final approach speed is going to be 124 plus 5, that would be 129. That's a very slow speed. But I think we're a light aircraft because we departed on a low speed, so must be quite light on the load. Look at that, look at that. Gotta get the screenshots you can. Look at that. We'll get autopilot off in a moment once I'm done with these screenshots. Lovely. That's all that's needed. Autopilot off, plane's mine. 129 for the final approach speed. Bugger off with your noises. Get that nose down. Put that nose up. Get that nose centered. All over the shop here. Minimums continue. Just getting that centered and we'll be all good.
Athens traffic Northline 8, starting pushback out of Bravo 15 on Echo facing west.
Keeping that nose. Feet. Throttles are mine.
30, 20.
20 feet. Thrust idle. Cut the power. Floater. Floater.
10.
Bit of a smash, but maintain center line. 261 foot per minute. Not too bad either. Felt a bit harder, but you know. It'll do, it was safe, it was in the touchdown zone. Very floaty. I think that's because I was a bit messed up on the approach though. I just could not get that nose face where it needed to be. But hell, 260 knots versus stowed, auto brake off. We'll vacate.
2 mile final with us left.
Zero 275, 2 final runway 05.
Athens traffic, air not 650 Tango is clear of runway 3 right. Athens traffic.
Thank you.
Traffic 6941, X-ray clear of 03 left.
Thank you.
There we go, just letting them know so that they can land. APU can come on. Cool. Landing lights can come on, and return lights can come on, taxi lights can stay on. Wing lights off. Cool. We'll just turn it in. Chrono can come off. 41 minutes on the flight time. Cool. Detune that ILS frequency. Just there. And yeah, that was pretty nice. What I'm going to do is slow it down. I'm not sure if his scenery's bugged or whether he's actually coming in quite quick. I'm just going to be nice and slow and let him go. And then we'll taxi behind. Ish. I think we'll try and park where we parked departing Athens. As we can. Yeah. APU is started fully. Flaps are up, spoilers can be armed. There's an Osprey Airways over there. So that's British Avgeek's virtual airline. Or is it Osprey? It is Osprey, isn't it? No? I read that as Osprey from over there. It's Nordfly.
Athen traffic Northline 98, taxi to 4403 wide via Echo Delta 6 Delta Delta 2.
Just gonna zoom in to check. I think we'll use Alpha 30 for our gate. Alpha 30. No. Swiss Sport. We shouldn't really park here because this is more for international flights, whereas we're a domestic flight. So that Aegean probably shouldn't be there, but I don't know where he's going. He's going to Sofia, so I suppose he can park there. But really he'd have more longer flights parking there. Is that someone there? No. Yeah, so there's a Swiss there, so we need to be wary of him. Was he taxiing to 3 right? Or can't remember. I'm just going to wait here or taxi very slowly. Just in case he makes his turn. I think we're all good. Yeah, we're all good. He's taxiing that way, so we can keep going. Oh, but there's an Aegean there, so let's just slow it right down. Don't know whether he's just landed. He has just landed, so where he's parking I don't know. He's going that way, so that's alright. Cool. Keep it moving. Lots of traffic. Lots of traffic. On the old VATSIM. There's a default plane there. I don't know whether that's VATSIM traffic or a genuine AI aircraft. But there's a default plane there. Cool. In we come.
January, taxi stand Bravo 05 via Echo.
So where's stand Alpha 30? I believe it's the very end one. I believe. This one, yeah, it's this one. So, I don't think there's a turning point for it, is there? So, we'll just turn in there. This is our stand. It's not very clear from the taxiway, but hell, the markings are here on the parking stand, so that's something. Awesome. Recycle those flight directors. Turn them off completely, I suppose. We'll of course make our way. I believe you do have a GSX profile, so I'll trust the Marshal. Cool. Brakes are on. Cool. APB can come on. Packs are off. And engine 1 can come off. Engine 2 can come off. Awesome. Engine mode selectors can come off. AFU can come on. Close flight please. Taxi lights can come off. Position lights can come off. Logo lights can come off. Anti-collision light off. Wheel well lock light can come off. Fuel pumps can come off, minus the forward pump. Seatbelt signs can come off. Yaw damper can come off. The hydraulics can come off. Propeats can come off. Cool. everything for now. Block time can be off as well. 54 minutes on the block time.
Athen traffic Block 198, landing up on the 03 right.
We'll detune Unicom. And yeah, and that was our flight from Kos to Athens. And then, of course, we did Athens to Kos first as well. Well, that was a very nice day of flying, my friends. We'll request the deboarding now. Press the deboarding. Press deboarding. And that jetway is coming to us now. Cool. Wait for those passengers. The first landing was better than the second, so I'll admit that, but that was a safe landing nevertheless. In the touchdown zone, nothing you can say other than that. Yes, well done Timmy, thank you very much. We will get ground power, thank you very much. Disconnect from VATSIM. The pilot. Disconnect. New Sky. Ah, look at that. Another 10 out of 10 on New Sky for the virtual airline. Look at that. We departed on time. Literally on time. Not a second late. Just on time. And we arrived 7 minutes early, so I'm happy with that. 153 passengers. 1,000 kilograms of luggage. We sold $16,000 on tickets. That's crazy. And we lost that much money, whatever that would be. I'm not going to do the maths in my head. But anyways, 10 out of 10. I'm happy with that. Did it on VATSIM as well. Air 06 Victor Tango. Happy with those two flights. Both 10 out of 10s. What a great day of flying. What a lovely day of flying. And that's an overview of my in this month. Got a few 10s, a few 8s. Got a 7.5 yesterday, but that was just because I had to do a go around and things went a bit wrong. But yeah, cool. I'm not sure why that one's lit up on VATSIM and that one's not. But hey, I have no idea. But that was cool. Nonetheless, just get rid of vPilot and kill that. Review your flight on Volanta, Air 06 Victor Tango, on the Golf November 7301 aircraft, and yeah, Kos to Athens, and they gave us a 250 foot per minute. So yeah, I'm not too no problems. I'm going to be ending it up in a minute anyway, so I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you all again very soon. It's been a nice day of flying, so yeah, thank you everyone, and I hope to see you all again very soon.